Hello guys, welcome to Programming Bro. I am RK. In this section we are going to learn CSS selectors. So I am going to create my HTML folder here. First HTML folder. First I am going to do ls. First I am going to make some changes here. So I am going to open my nano editor. Nano main.py. It is a terminal editor by Linux which you called here. What I'm doing here I'm going to change this to CSS folder. I had a CSS file here. Now I'm going to save this thing. Yes, I want to save this. Enter. Now I'm going to run my Python program by Python m tab. This is autocomplete. It asks me file name. I'm going to add tude15.html. Server also started. I'm going to open my code editor. Now I'm going to save this file. I think I have not saved this, so I'm going to close everything here. Now I'm going to open folder. What can we do in my YT tools basic HTML? I'm going to open this. Now first thing I'm going to cut and just go to CSS part, then paste here. What can we do here now? Paste here. I had pasted my CSS file. I'm going to cut this file also, then just paste this file in. Now we had completed copy pasted here. Now I'm going to open my tude15 folder. Now here I'm going to add a heading tag here. Just write heading, write h1 here, then tab. Tude, I'm going to add tude15. Now title will be CSS selectors. Sorry, we get an semicolon here. We have selectors here now. Now we are going to add some content here. First I'm going to create a div.container, container. It is a basic of web development. First you always start with a div tag. In Bootstrap we have a class called container, so everyone's add div.container. It is a good practice for implementing in our basic HTML file also. So just I'm going to add a style tag here, just snippet, cut this media all, then tab here. We have written a style tag and many more things. Now I'm going to write some span tags here. You can use paragraph tag, but I am going to use inline element, so I am using span tag here. Star, I'm going to write 20 times here. I'm going to alt Z here. I'm going to write content here. Now what can we do? We can give roll number wise para, this para, then I'm going to write it in div tag. You can use any tag, but I'm using div tag here. Just I'm going to save this thing and tab here. We get 20 times div here. Now I'm going to save this. Alt Z, Alt Y. I'm going to off my formatter here. Go in editor settings, then make it star. It's not beautify any text file here now. Just save this thing here. Now I'm going to open my browser. Now I'm going to open my localhost 8000, which is my Python server. I'm going to open my Tut 15 here. We get para 1, para 2, para 3, everything here now. In CSS there are some basic properties like color, width, height. First we going to learn about basic CSS selector, which is tag selector. Just write the tag name here. I'm going to target my div tag here. So I'm going to add curly brackets. In this curly brackets we're going to give properties, CSS properties. In this curly brackets we're going to write CSS properties. First I'm going to make background color. You must know how to give background color in CSS. So it is basic thing, which I'm going to make it black. But many times I only use RGB values here, but to make you some easy I'm just using names here. In next video we're going to know how many types of color we can use in CSS. So first thing we're going to give a color property which makes the font color should yellow. I'm going to make it white. I think white will suit on black. So I'm going to save this thing. Now I'm going to refresh this. Now we get everything here. Now I want we have target everything here. We had also target thing. I'm going to give this. What can we give now? Now we're going to select div tag some. Now we're going to select CSS using IDs here. Now we're going to understand classes and IDs. It is very important in CSS and JavaScript. So just start with IDs. First thing, I had given IDs here. IDs should be, I'm going to just cut this everything here. So go up, come here, cut this thing, just write div, then hash, then hash. First I'm going to give a container class. I'm going to add a class here. So color, I'm going to use it color, and ID should be div, then a numbers, div 1, div 2, div 3. Then in this we're going to write a basic text which is para 1, para 2. That like I'm going to make how many I'm going to make? I'm going to make it little smaller than first, so I'm going to make it 10 only. Just tab here, we have made this. Now just I'm going to save. Oh, why we not yet? 1 2 3 4. Just Alt Z here. Oh, we have not written this here. Just tab here now. just save. Now we're going to see our output will be same here now. Sorry, it gets some small. Oh, I'm going to open my editor now. Now I'm going to target IDs here by IDs. Think I'm going to give a space of 5 div tags here. In these are some IDs like I'm going to make, I want a particular element should be different, so I'm going to use ID here. So I'm going to target my div6 here. To target ID, just write hash here, then ID name, which is div6, then just curly bracket to add properties. I'm going to make it color should be pink color. You can give your favorite color. Now we have just changed only one element color. If you want to make different styling to particular element, you can use IDs here. In JavaScript we have to target elements by their ID only. We can use it by tags, but we have to use for loop, each loop, many more things. But using IDs is much simpler way in JavaScript. Now we're going to target we're going to target now classes here. Classes, I'm going to target color class here. Just add curly bracket to add properties. In this I'm going to change color properties. Sometimes I'm not I'm going to make it orange. I'm going to make it tomato. It is a I had made it color. I'm going to cut this thing now. Now see our output here. We have made everything red, and which we have styled using CSS. We have used CSS by ID is only in pink color. You can make this many times, and our basic properties in CSS are, I'm going to write here. I'm going to write in this here. Just I'm going to add JavaScript multi-line comments. Comments in CSS and JavaScript are same. You can make it CSS comment and JavaScript comment. It depend on you which comment you want to call it. I'm just make it. We have used targeting tags here, tags, and another is IDs and class here, classes. Now there are some attributes also. We can select by attributes here. I'm going to add attributes. Now we're going to learn how to target using attributes here. First I'm going to give an attribute here called title, title should be attr. I'm going to make this tag div10 also attribute here. Give an attribute of title which attr. Now we're going to style using attributes. First I'm going to make a comment here. Just add I'm going to copy this thing here. Alt C, come here, Alt V, just Alt V. Now I'm going to add comment here by tags, and what is IDs, then classes. Classes. Now we're going to target by target the element by attributes. To use attributes, we have to add square brackets. Then we have to give which attribute you want to target. I want to target title attribute, which equals to attr. Yes, I had added this. I'm going to make this. I'm going to make this color will yellow. Just see our output in here. We have made para 7 and para 10 has yellow color. Para 7 and para color. Now what can we make this? Now we can use tags with classes, means think I want to access only one element which have class what I'm going to tags and classes. I want to access all the tags which have color. I'm going to add another tag of bg here. Just bg I had randomly added bg classes. You can add multiple classes to an element, giving space between here. Color is different class and bg is another class. Now we're going to target a, but I'm going to show another thing. But I'm going to add another attribute to div 3. Just title attr1. Just we have made attr1. Is going to affect? I think is not going to affect. Is not affected because we have added a condition here. If title is equal to attr, make that element color should be yellow here. Now we talk about what we going to talk now. Tags and what we going to classes. If I want to target only the elements which have bg, so I'm going to write the tag of, I'm going to add another tag here, but at side of this I'm going to add outside of div.container. So I'm going to write a span tag here with id should be, not class should be bg. Now we're going to make div dot bg, means only if I want that div element which have bg. So I'm going to style that using color, using green, green. is span tag going to affect? I think it's going to affect. Oh, we have not written anything, so it's not visible. Just I'm going to add span para span 1 para span 1 going to affect? I think it's not going to affect because it is not a div element, div tag. It is not a div tag, it is a span tag. If I just change this div to span, it's going to target only span tag in here. Yes, we had made this. Just color here, we have made much more thing here, but I'm going to make it again div here. Div. Now we're going to make I'm going to cut this thing using alt delete. Then just come here. I'm going to create a div.container here. Container. We get a div.container. Just tap is autocomplete. Now I'm going to create div dot box here for color recognition. Div dot box here. In this box we're going to make nothing. Just all Z. Then I'm going to make it 6. Let's make, I don't know how many boxes I need here. Box. Now we can target using ID only. You can use this, you can use classes and IDs also. At this you can use IDs like this, which div ID should 1, means ID should be div 1 and its contain BG color. Then it's going to green. Just the div dot 1 is not have a BG green here, which we have BG green, BG to div 9 we have BG green, BG class here. So I'm going to make it be div 9 and BG here. We get div para 9 here. Para 9 get green here. Now I'm not understanding how we make which we have selected using tomato, which we have selected using tags and IDs classes. So I'm going to make it a color recognition, means it's helped me to recognize that. So now I'm going to make it global here. Just alt V. I'm going to add global because I can use it for anything. Global, it is a box. I want to make it div only because I don't want to apply it to any other elements or any tags. If I want to target only div tags which contains class box, so I'm going to make it first basic. We're going to talk about basic. I'm going to make this thing here, basic attributes of CSS. First is background color, which I've seen here only. Another is color. You have seen we have changed the color only here using color. Now another alt Z. Just now we're going to make, now we can, and width and height is the very basic CSS properties. If you don't know this, then you don't know anything in CSS. So we're going to open we're going to make now we're going to use these two properties here. So I'm going to write do not just width property. I want just 20 pixel width. We have many types of measurements like pixels, percentage, and view height, view width, many more, but in future we're going to talk about that. So we're going to use pixels now here. Height, I'm going to make it square, so width and height should be same to make a square. Now I had just added this tag using everything here. In this we're going to add a span tag here. This time I'm going to make a label tag here. LA. I'm not going to make any label here, just add a what we're going to add. Just I'm going to make it tags, then it will be IDs and classes, just class, and attributes, 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 then tags and attributes, attributes, then last thing I think we have tags and class, tags and class. I'm going to make it just div here. I'm not going to make it yeah, I'm going to save this here. Now I'm going to see my output in my browser. Oh, we have made every div tag background color has black here, but I'm going to change this to div dot container. I'm going to make this div dot container 1 here now. We have made width, height, we have set width and height here. Now we're going to give an background color to know it's applying or not. So there's background color green. Let's see in our we get our properties here. We have just added green this much here only. I'm going to cut this thing now. Just I'm going to target this using IDs only. ID is equal to tag, tag, ID is equal to IDs, because I'm going to make it IDs, then ID is equal to classes, ID is equal to attr, just then ID is equal to TTR. Tata is making, but is gonna be tag attribute, then id is equal to t class, tag class. Now we're going to target this thing here. So it is not global, but I'm going to add it example. I'm going to make it exam to understand to understand I had made this. If I come back after 1 month or 2 months, I can understand why I had written this code. So using commands to make something understand, it also be a part of programming only. I'm going to refresh thing. I think there is a now we're going to make this. I'm going to target this tag div dot, means I want the div tag which class is tag, then just tags, it is tag tag. I'm going to make it color should be just I'm going to copy from this. Just it is by id, just it's going to make it black background. Just I'm going to remove because we have just one container. So just we're going to make this copy, going to make copy and just add it to this. Now save this thing. I think we get black color here. We get black color, but I'm going to use br tag here for spacing. But using css you can give spaces using margins padding, but I'm just using br tag here. In future we're going to know what is br tag and many more things. I think it will be good now. Now I'm going to make IDs. I'm going to target the div tag which id is IDs. Then just I'm going to make that background color should be equal to IDs. Pink color. Pink color. I'm going to just now I'm going to target the div tag which id is. I'm going to pause this thing and going to style my css here in html domain. So I'm taking a space here. Hello guys, I had completed my css styling here. Now we're going to see our output here. Oh, why we not get output here? attr div dot, we had written div dot IDs. I had made it IDs, then classes. I think I have not saved that file. Now we're going to open. Why we're not getting this color now? Just classes, t class, then enter, then we made this color. Oh sorry, we have just made this background color. We have to add background color here. So I'm just going to copy this background slash, then just alt V then just Alt V, then just Alt V, then just Alt V. I'm going to save this file now. I think our style will work now. Now we can understand by which we have created this. Using tag, we have colored our background here. Using IDs, we have colored para 6 here. Using classes, we have target para 1, para 2, para 3 and para 5, para 8. Using attributes, we have just target para 10 here. Using tags and classes, we have target para 4 and para 7, para 9 here. It is very easy to understand this now. In next video we are going to talk about, first we are going to make some changes in our Python program in next video, so wait for the video here. Bye bye, let's meet in next video.